You will probably see the words third-party tested a lot when it comes to peptides. You'll see it on websites, product pages, across social media, and the phrase alone tells you almost nothing. What matters is who tested it, what they actually tested for, and whether those results can be verified. And most people in this space are not asking those questions. So let's start with a certificate of analysis and what it is. A COA, which is its shortened version, is a document produced by a lab confirming what's in a sample. A good one will tell you the purity of the compound, it'll confirm its identity, it'll detail the testing methods, and it'll carry a batch number that matches the product, and it will be independently verified. A poor one can look identical, but the difference is entirely in the detail and who produced it. So let's talk about testing methods, because this is where it gets quite important. Most COAs you'll see cover HPLC only. That's high performance liquid chromatography. It measures purity. It tells you what percentage of your sample is the compound it claims to be, but it doesn't confirm identity on its own. For identity confirmation, you need mass spectrometry. For bacterial contamination, you need endotoxin testing. That's a safety critical test that purity testing alone can't detect. And for toxic synthesis residue, you need heavy metal screening. Many COAs cover none of these, just purity, but that's one piece of the picture. So what labs are actually being used in the research space? There are 4 main ones that I'm going to look at today. First one is Janešík in the Czech Republic. It's the most widely used, with over a decade of community trust. HPLC and mass spectrometry are, and crucially, they have a public verification portal. So anyone can verify a result using the batch ID without involving the vendor at all. So the downside with Janešík is there's no ISO accreditation, but there is high community recognition. Liquid Labs, also in the Czech Republic, is ISO accredited and offers the broadest test panel of the 4 labs that I'm looking at. It's got purity, identity, endotoxins, heavy metals, and sterility. Low community profile, however, compared to Janešík, but formally accredited and the most comprehensive option available. Then we have Colmaric Analytics in Tennessee. It is ISO accredited with pharmaceutical grade protocols and detailed reports. But again, there's no public verification portal and there's longer turnaround times. But it is a serious lab environment. Then we look at MZ Biolabs in Arizona. No ISO accreditation, but advanced mass spectrometry using pharmaceutical grade instrumentation. And in documented 2025 community testing, they correctly identified mislabeled samples that another major lab initially missed. Now, ISO 17025, what does it actually mean? So ISO accredited. It's the international standard for testing laboratory competence. It means a lab's methods, documentation, staff training, and quality systems have been independently assessed. It's what the MHRA, the FDA, and the EMA accept, and it's what holds up in a legal context. Community trust and ISO accreditation are not the same thing, but both have value, but they're not interchangeable. I think it's helpful when sourcing peptides to have a checklist when it comes to a COA. So looking at firstly, what lab produced it and can you verify them independently? Does it have a batch ID? Can you verify it directly on the lab's own system on their website? Is it HPLC only, or is it HPLC plus mass spectrometry? Does it cover endotoxins, heavy metals, and sterility? Does the batch number match your product exactly? Is it recent? Because a COA older than 6 months may not reflect the current production quality. A COA is the start of due diligence, not the end of it, so it's really worth noting that. As always, this is education content only. Do your own research and work with a qualified practitioner.